Set of 2 super-sized bottles of their green miracle cleaner and degreaser. So this is usually only available in 55-gallon drums for commercial use. This is the only place you can get the 32-ounce bottles to use in your home, from anywhere from the garage floor to getting stains out of clothes. You will find so many uses for GP66, which today we have as a top find on Easy Pay. Scott Hine, he always brings us great products to make life just a little bit easier.
Yeah,
joins me this morning. So good to see you.
Thanks for having me back. Appreciate it. What I say to everybody who will listen to me is, this is what you reach for when you've reached for everything else. So just go ahead and reach for it first. It'll make your life a lot easier. It does the job on the nasty, nasty stuff. And you're seeing that here on that green stuff that builds up on your gutters and on your concrete, on brake dust, on grease, grime, anything that is just the stuff that you don't even know what to grab. This is it, and I'll prove it to you. So what we have here is, I'm going to take a tile. I'm going to take what is a quote-unquote permanent marker. And what I'm going to do is write that all over the tile. And I'm going to let it sit there and dry for a second. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Don't breathe this in, Gabrielle, but I'm going to take this. I'm going to take some spray paint. I'll do the same thing here. Quick dry spray paint. I'm going to let that dry too, and then we're going to work down here.
Okay.
We'll come back later and clean those up.
After those have nice and set in, right?
Just set in. I wanted this to be real. So what sold me on GP66, when I first used this, when I moved into my house 4 years ago, the house was built in the 50s.
Okay.
And we still had some of the original woodwork, original cabinetry, especially in the kitchen. So when you are in the kitchen, the grease, the grime, the odors, it builds up, and then it soaks into your cabinets. So what happens is you take the GP66 and you go and you clean the cabinets, right? So as you're looking at this, Gabrielle, I know you're thinking, all right, it looks a little bit better. It's shined up a little bit bit of the film's gone. Well, guess what?
Oh!
That is why you want GP66. Cuts the grease, cuts the grime, cuts the odors, especially in the kitchen, makes your house look great again.
And so this was available for commercial use because commercial kitchens were using GP66.
That's exactly correct. This cleans over 900 million square feet of arenas, body shops, kitchens, restaurants every single day. Here's why. These little grease traps. Yep. These go in the microwave over the hood of your oven, right? Well, the grease and the grime and the odors build up on the traps. So instead of replacing them because they're $8 or $9 a piece and you have to custom order them, well, how about you just take out the GP66, you spray that on, and see how the grease right away starts melting off? So check that out, and it's dripping off it. Now watch what happens here when I put it into some water. Watch how the grease just utterly melts off the area that I treated. It breaks it down at the molecular level, and then it brings that grease trap back to life. And then all of a sudden, you don't have to spend that $8 or $9 and go online and order it. That is clean and ready to go.
And you didn't have to put in a lot of elbow grease,
no,
Scott. I mean, this wasn't a hard chore. So when you do your deep spring cleaning, which is only a few weeks away, you know, these are the things you pull out and give it a once over.
That's exactly right. You don't do it often, but when you go to do it, you think to yourself, okay, what am I going to use? What am I going to use to break that grease down?
I'm thinking like a Brillo pad.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Well, no, it's the GP66 because, to your point, it does the work for you. Same thing here with on pots and pans. Okay, so what I did here is I took browning gravy and I burnt it on with a blowtorch. Way worse than anything to be in your own home. So if you need something for your daily maintenance of your cook's essentials, your temptations.
You know, we had that great all-clad.
The all-clad, just absolutely, that's a great one. Look at this. Before I even get a scrubbing pad or anything, look how it literally melts it off.
And so this is our supersized set.
That's
of
right.
GP66. So you're actually getting 2 of those big 32-ounce bottles. So it already has the trigger spray nozzle on it, so you're ready to go. So whether you're using this for kitchen, whether you're using this in the bathroom, I even like it for your workshops. My husband, he's handy with the cars, getting the oil and then whatnot off of the garage floor.
Yeah, and that's a key because I literally, then when you're done, you can spray it on your hands and literally clean up your hands. Scrub your nails and clean that up.
Okay, now I saw they just did the inside of the oven.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer for that because that's where all those stains build up. Like you saw there that you baked on with the blowtorch. This is the thing you can spray inside your oven. Throughout your kitchen, you can feel confident using it throughout all those surfaces. Where I use it is brake dust. Before I go into the car wash, and the car wash people hate me because they think I'm showing them up, but I'm like, I don't care. I spray it all over the rims and it comes out sparkling because it's the grease and the grime breaks it down, gets rid of it. So here was that marker that I put on.
Permanent.
Quote unquote permanent. 4 or 5 minutes ago I did that. Look before I even wipe it down. See how that blue is just starting to run off. It literally breaks down that permanent marker. This is what we had on it. All right, and then all I need the rag for, truthfully, is to come up through and just clean it up. It's that simple,
okay,
that
I
easy.
wish I'd had this when a child used permanent marker on a handbag I had.
Yep.
And the permanent marker, normally it is permanent. I tried everything and could not get it off. So that bag went into the dumpster.
Yeah, and the same thing is to that point, it's a great laundry pre-treater. You get pen, you get mark, you get something on your clothes, use that to before you throw it, to pre-treat and then drop it right in the laundry. On your carpet, this is spray paint, quick drying spray paint. Well, it doesn't matter how fast it dries or whether it dries, it's gone. Look at what GP66 does. It eliminates the spray paint. So you've seen porous tile, you've seen cabinetry, you've seen metal, pots, pans. We just keep going because it does the job and it does it great.
All right, so you can see around the floor. Look at, the entire floor was covered in that film. You might not have known that, hey, it's dirty. But just to go around and maybe kind of clean up areas that you couldn't get clean. I have a porcelain sink like that, and it does get yellowy inside the cracks. It got it nice and white.
I'll tell you what I've done multiple times is take one bottle of this and then pour it into a bug sprayer. Like you get at the big box stores, take the same amount of water in this bottle, pour that in, spray your garage floor, and then scrub it. Go out and spray your deck. Use a deck brush, scrub it. You will be absolutely amazed at how much it breaks down and gets rid of. Wash it off with a hose, you're good to go.
And this is a top find, by the way, and many of you are stocking up and getting more than one set, which is smart. With that 2 easy payments of $12.49, you know what? Pay $24.98 with the Easy Pay. Now you bring home 4 bottles of GP66. I mean, you're going to use this all around the house. And we were just talking floors.
Literally. So what we did here is we took a sealed hardwood floor and we covered it with shoe polish and grease. Again, worse than anything to be in your own home, but the key here is this represents the grease and the grime that builds up from your shoes, the scuff marks, all the things that you don't want in your house, and all those things that have tracked in over the winter, because this is when we spend the most amount of time in our house, is in the winter time. And the same thing over here. I can come over here, pre-treat on carpet. So we took a carpet, we soaked it with soy sauce, browning gravy, mud, and coffee. Way worse than anything to be in your own home. Before you want to run your Bissell over it, pre-treat it here. Look what it does. These aren't suds. This is the color of the carpet.
So it's not going to bleach out my carpet?
No, absolutely not. If you want to get up a little bit of the residue, take a white rag or a wet rag at the end and clean it right up. But again, this is breaking down the dirt, the grime, the grease from every area of your home, and it does it more effectively than anything I've ever seen.
Well, 600 sets have been ordered in this presentation. It's a top find today, so as a top find, we bring you that 2 easy payments. This is all this family does. They make GP66.
That's it.
And this is one of the best degreasers. Give it a try, especially on stains
And
that
honestly,
you're like,
everything out of Baltimore is awesome, right?
I'm just saying, pop my collar. Thank you so much, Scott Hines.
Good to see you.
Same here.
We'll see you soon.
All right, so coming up a little bit later, speaking of cleaning, why don't we clean out your computer?